We are all so different. In fact, there was a fascinating study. I want to teach you this. Watch me. See these two chairs? They were studying friendship, and they discovered something they weren't prepared for. What they did is they asked girls to come with their best friend for this friendship study. I've got to do this quickly. They came in and they said, girls, we want you to bring your best friend. They had girls who were 6 years old with their best friend, 12, 16, and 21. They got boys, same ages, with their best friend to come in for the friendship study. And what they did is when you showed up for this study with your best friend, whether you were 6, 12, 16, or 21, watch. You'd walk in, you'd check in, and they say, hey, well, I'm sorry, we're running late. Would you do us a favor? Would you go wait in that room over there? We'll come get you in about 20 minutes. The people would walk into this room. There was a mirror, there was some pictures, there was 2 chairs. You've already figured it out. What the people in the study didn't know was what happened in that room was the study. There was cameras, microphones in every place that you could conceive. They wanted to see what these guys talked about, how close they were, how they communicated intimacy between friendships, the difference between boys and girls. But a fascinating thing happened. These chairs, they noticed right away, girls did one of 2 things when they came into that room. Every single time, no matter how many times they repeated this study, no matter what age the girls were, those girls came in, they did one of 2 things. They either turned the chairs to face each other, sat down, and started talking face to face. Talk, 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 talk. Or, if they didn't do that, within a minute, they sat down in the chairs, turned their bodies, and faced each other, and began to talk. Talk, 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 talk. By the way, the girls said 4 times more words during this study than the boys did. They started noticing this because what happened with the boys was completely different. Every single set of boys, 6, 12, 16, and 21, with their best friend, walked in, they did something completely different than the girls. The boys walked in, they sat down, and looked at the wall. Once in a while, they'd look at each other. Once in a while, they'd say something. Once in a while, they'd hit each other. And they began to realize, watch this. Girls, you want to know why boys are the way we are in this way? They found... What they discovered is this, and it's true, and I'll prove it to you. Look at me. They discovered that boys, males, we tend to feel comfortable communicating shoulder to shoulder. Girls, on the other hand, feel comfortable communicating face to face. That's why you go to your school, before the first bell rings, you see people hanging out. You'll see girls hanging out with each other. Guess what? Those girls will likely be standing in a circle. Why? Face to face. That's how girls communicate. It's different than boys, but it's still beautiful. And you'll see the guys hanging out before that first bell. Chances are they'll be leaning against the wall somewhere, shoulder to shoulder. You think it's because they're checking people out? And they are. But it's because as males, we feel safer, shoulder to shoulder. An interesting thing happens, though. Girls, and when everything's good between you and your best friend, you're communicating face to face. Everything's good, but then you get mad at each other. What do girls do? They do this. And they turn away from each other. Boys, we're good shoulder to shoulder. Something goes bad, what do? You want a piece of this?